HSA. It is called the Health Savings Account. And this is what financial advisors call the triple unicorn. I call it the big three. I've got the big three down there in my slide deck. This is considered the big three. This is a really, really powerful account. And without trying to exaggerate, this is probably one of the most slept on accounts by not just teachers, but by everyone in general. Too many teachers are sleeping on this account. And I'm going to tell you why. So HSA works like this. If your school offers an HSA, thumbs up to that school. It's awesome. Okay. It's not utilized to its full potential by most people. And here's what I mean by that. The money comes out of your paycheck, just kind of like the 403B, pre-tax. So that's the first highlight. It's pre-tax contribution. So you're kind of tucking money away before the government gets a piece of it. Awesome. And so it's in this account. And then your school, your HSA, will give you like a debit card. I've got it in my wallet right now. So if I take my kids to the dentist, I get sick, I go to the doctor, I use that debit card and I swipe it. And so I'm paying for my medical stuff with pre-tax money. And the beauty of it is if I use it for health stuff, health-related items, I never get taxed on it. So it's tax-free if I use it for qualified medical expenses. Awesome. So that's how most people are utilizing the HSA. What most people may not realize is that within the HSA, if you log in, you can actually use it as an investment account. So it's not, so like the school's 403B kind of sets you up with investments right off the bat. That's why this one is so underutilized, because unfortunately, you've got to kind of log in yourself and pick and choose some stocks. That's where the issue is. So most people will not do that. So you go in, you choose an investment, something like a target fund or an index fund, which we'll get into. And as that money grows, that's all growing tax-free. So what happens is the beauty of this is as you invest the money, you kind of have to play around with the HSA. And so I'm going to try to break this down. So let's say you have $10,000 in the HSA, okay? $10,000. You can set aside $3,000 for your medical emergencies. I've got 2 kids. I'll use myself as an example. I do not mind sharing. I've got about $3,000 just sitting there in that account in case I need to use it. And I'm making up the $10,000. So if I use the $10,000, now I've got $7,000 invested in the stock market, and I'm going to let that grow. So Brian, what happens if you use some of that $3,000? Well, the next time we contribute, it will kind of refill it back up to $3,000. Well, knock on wood, let's say everyone's healthy. Paycheck comes in again. Well, that pre-tax deduction will now go straight into investment. So that $3,000, and you can set it to whatever you want. Some people set it to $2,000, $1,000, whatever you set as your amount, that's awesome. And then the next time everything comes from your paycheck will go into the investments. And so this is incredible. That means it's pre-tax. And as that money grows, I'm using the HSA to plan for retirement. That's going to be my healthcare bucket for me when I get much older. Okay. Well, I'm already 42. A couple more years, I may be needing it. Knock on wood. My back hurts, knee hurts. So I'm going to be using that to take care of myself as I get older. And so what that means is it gets even better. So those are the 3 powers of the HSA. So when a financial advisor calls it like the triple unicorn, the triple threat, it's pre-tax, it's tax-free if you use it for medical stuff, and the investment growth in it grows tax-free. And it kind of gets even better. When you turn 65, it's kind of a free-for-all. It turns into a traditional IRA. That means once you turn 65, you can use that investment money and use it for your basic general living. You'll pay taxes on the investment gains, which is normal, but otherwise it becomes kind of like a retirement fund for you, another retirement fund. Now, one of my students was like, well, what if I use this to buy an Xbox? Yeah, they're gonna hit you with a 20% fee in taxes. So you want to make sure it's used for medical expenses only. And here's the kicker. If you look at that contribution limit for an individual, the limit is $3,850. Now that tells you something. That's the government telling you that it's a good deal. If they're only letting you put in $3,850, they know it's a good deal. and they're limiting it. You can only put in $3,850 pre-tax. They know it's a good deal. This is a good deal. So I love the HSA. It is a great wealth building, almost an insurance, almost, right? You got that bucket of money for medical expenses down the road, pre-tax, post-tax. It just covers all of it. So I'm a huge fan of the HSA. If your school offers it, I strongly recommend talk to your HR, put those HR people to work. That's what I'm going to say right here. I'm going for it. Go talk. Y'all need to go talk to your HR people, talk to them. If they've got an HSA, get the details on it, because it's a great account.